Hi, it looks like just about all of you have signed in to WebEx. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to be teaching you one more technology-based teaching tool. I'm Patricia Rutledge. Just a reminder, please mute your cell phones and be prepared to write in the comment box and raise your hand. Here we go. What do teachers want? Well, whether you're teaching kindergarten or adults, it doesn't matter. We want to move from bored, disinterested students to somebody that's excited about learning, somebody that really wants to get their head wrapped around the material. And how do we go about doing that? Well, you've probably tried dozens of ways yourself. Why don't you write down in the comment box some of the ideas that you have? Super. I'm seeing things like Wiki and blogs. Prezi, good. Google Docs, excellent. Well, let's give you one more. All right. Use the hand if you remember a field class trip that you went on. Maybe you visited a national monument or someplace out in nature or a museum. Well, what if those field trips could have been done without permission slips, without transportation, without ever having to leave the classroom? And what if you could explore all of these places on the very same day? This is possible with virtual field trips. This space cloud right here is a virtual field trip where there is a hangout on air, and this is put together by Google's Connected Classrooms. Let's take a peek. So here's a group of students and the moderators that are speaking with them, but they're also speaking to a class long distance. And they're giving all kinds of interesting tidbits and information. And scientists are giving some more information. And the Art and Museums cloud here is a self-guided tour. Let's see if we can visit the Smithsonian Institute. And here we are in one of the bone exhibits. And see this blue arrow over here? Well, we can just follow that right along the different rooms. And not only can you walk around the rooms using the arrows that are on the floor, but you can actually twist and turn as you grab and decide to walk forward this way. So this is another way to explore with field trips. And this one is my personal favorite because it takes students on a trip to this virtual world where they get to participate in the activities. Let's watch. And here we are in the lab with one of the scientists, so he's giving us some directions. He's asked the students to wipe down the area with alcohol, so we take our little hand, our mouse, and we rub it back and forth over the areas until we get it all nice and clean. He's preparing the culture medium at this time, and it's the student's job to pick up the pipette and to dispense it into the culture dish. You get the idea. Of course, the real versatility comes in When you create your own virtual field trips, you can thread together the links that you want the students to progress down. So the first thing you're going to do is find sites. Then you're going to thread them together with tramline.com, narrate them with some text, and provide a starting link. Simple as that. Now it's time to engage the students. Find out what it is that they already know about Mars, the red planet. So, for instance, let's start with you. What are we looking for on Mars, and why are we studying this planet? Let's see what our teachers have to say. Okay, we've got some responses of water, rocks, life, aliens, a new planet to inhabit. Okay, excellent choices. Great responses. All right, moving on. Can you pick Mars out in the night sky? Well, raise your hand if you can. Well, I see one hand going up. Okay. Next, compare Mars to Earth. Describe the terrain, the atmosphere, and the temperature. And I'm seeing some people saying rocks and mountains, dry, low gravity, not much oxygen. Great responses. Well, your students know this stuff too. So this is a way to get them engaged in the process before you ever step foot on that field trip. And this is where you enter tramline.com and you follow the progression of the websites that you have put together into one single field trip. Now it's your turn. You're going to receive an email today with detailed instructions and some starting points. So your assignment is to find an existing virtual field trip, write a paragraph on how this is going to support the curriculum that you study. If you're studying math, obviously you're not going to be going down a scientific route. Create a measurement device that might be a checklist for your students, and upload the checklist and hyperlink to Blackboard. Thank you. Have a super time with this experiment. Enjoy your field trips. And special thanks to our artist.